Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Before I start, I just want to make a comment about, the state of this UFO disclosure. And I'm seeing too many people who are too willing to give credibility to people who shouldn't have any credibility. There are too many people who try to debunk the UFO evidence based on pure ignorance and stupidity. And, mainly it's people like, Mick West or Michael Shermer. Now, I'm the type of person where if I see anything they say, I don't read it because I know their history. Okay, they are the type of people who are going to argue whether or not the sky is blue. So I would never ever engage in any debate with them because I already know, they are fake skeptics, right? I consider myself to be a skeptic, but I am not a fake skeptic. I would never engage in, or at least I try not to engage in mental gymnastics or pretzel logic in order to dispute facts, in order to dispute evidence the way these guys do. So yeah, I really wish others in the UFO community or others who have opinions about UFOs would just stop referencing those two people or anyone else who wants to, attempt to debunk. All right, these people are morons. It doesn't matter how many or how much schooling they have or, how many letters they have behind their name, because it's obvious, right? Again, according to the Lacerda interview, there are some humans who are programmed to discount any talk of UFOs or aliens, which is why people who you would generally consider to be intelligent, for instance, like people like Neil deGrasse Tyson, or, even like there's other YouTubers out there, right, that have like the channels about space. They do not acknowledge the existence of UFOs and aliens, and they try to ridicule anyone who does. So yeah, so my suggestion is to please ignore those people. Do not give them any credibility because they don't deserve any credibility. All right? Yeah, they're morons. All right, they're a bunch of douchebags who want to inject their nonsense into the reality of the existence of UFOs and aliens. So anyways, that's all I want to say about that. So let me just go on and give you a preview of what I have coming up in this video. Let's see. The first one is a UFO out of Studio City, California. This was from 2014. I also have this strange looking, they say it's a UFO. But yeah, I don't know what it is. It's some kind of strange cloud formation. Let's see, here's a square UFO out of 29 Palms, California. Let's see, also have this UFO sighting out of Hong Kong. This is a video about these elongated skulls, and this one had some surgery, as you can see. And according to this video, the person survived because the skull actually, started to grow around it. And then, so sometime in the ancient history, there were people performing pretty sophisticated, I guess you would call this surgery, right? Bone reconstruction or something. Anyways, let's see, go to this article here. Commercial airline pilots keep reporting UFOs over Canada. Let's see, I also have this image here that shows, I guess, the different types of aliens that have been encountered. And last is this article about the Maree man. But it's the largest known geoglyph ever discovered. And, I believe that this story that they're telling us is a complete cover-up. I think this Maree man has been there for a long, long time, and people, didn't know it was there. But then after someone discovered it, then all the stories of where it came from came out. So, anyways, let's go to this video here. This is from the 2014 1052 looking southwest in Studio City. And what's interesting is these UFOs are very similar to the China UFOs that I'm going to show.
Looks weird. Looks like some kind of satellite. It's a space station.
Anyways, that's all it really does. But again, I can't play all these videos, but the link will be in the description. You can check that out. And I have some construction going on. I'm sure you can probably hear it in the background. I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, this one, very strange. I found this on Reddit. But check this strangeness out. Like, is that just a cloud that is just hitting the light funny, or maybe ice particles are reflecting the light strange?
Red clothes. Behind all the other clothes.
Yeah, I think that's just a cloud, and the light is just maybe the camera, the camera's processor isn't processing the light correctly. Maybe, I don't know, or it could be something up there. Anyways, the link will be in the description. Yeah, this one here is not the most exciting video. I mean, it's all you're seeing is this square star bounce around, which in itself is definitely strange.
This is one of the strangest things I've ever seen. Looks like a square object. It is probably north of Yucca Valley, maybe northwest.
Anyways, that's all this thing does. It really doesn't do anything exciting, but the link will be in the description. Let me go to this next one here. Yeah, like I said, now this one is kind of similar to the first one I took from 29 Palms. Let's check this out. Yeah, you see it's just, instead of like, what was that, 5 moving lights, it's just a series of moving lights. Or I don't know if that's, one giant object. But yeah, that was pretty quick. Okay, nothing too exciting there. Let's see. Let's go to, yeah, this one I think is very interesting here. You can obviously see that this bone or this person, went through some type of surgery. But let's see. Let me start it out about here.
Photograph is making the rounds, showing what looks like a piece of metal which has been embedded inside the skull. It quickly got shared by people who said it then looked like a large microchip, or it could be some type of ancient technology that was used by our ancestors. Although many labelled the photograph as fake, saying that it was likely photoshopped in order to get it like this, the image is actually real, and was first posted by the Museum of Osteology. The Museum of Osteology made the post on social media, and since putting it up has gone viral. They said the following in the post: "Not on public display, a proven elongated skull with metal surgically implanted after returning from battle, estimated to be from around 2,000 years ago. One of our more interesting and older pieces in the collection. We don't have a ton of background on this piece, but we do know he survived the procedure. Based on the broken bone structure surrounding the repair, you can see that it's tightly fused together. It was a successful surgery. End quote. Many commented on the post saying how incredible this artifact is, but were equally confused as to how such a procedure would be carried out. One person said the following: "What type of metal is this? Has that been tested? How did they manage to get this inside someone during a time like this? It looks very well done."
You know, the person that questions how did they do this, it's because they believe this lie that, the people in the past were primitive. Again, if we go based on the evidence that has been unearthed over the past several years, it's obvious to me, to a moron like me, that there were advanced species or advanced civilizations in the past. So this notion that we came from a primitive society is wrong. Now, obviously, there were primitive people who lived alongside advanced societies in the same way today, right? I mean, we are an advanced society that is sending probes to the moon. I mean, we have probes that have gone out beyond our solar system. And yet, we still have hunter-gatherers here on this planet. We still have uncontacted tribes who literally are living as if it's still the Stone Age from our perspective, right? There are uncontacted tribes who have no idea, who have never contacted us. So we would have to assume then that their lives, their lifestyles have never changed, right? If we were to come back to this planet 5,000 years in the past, they would most likely still be living the same way as they are today. Uncontacted tribes, who aren't influenced by, Western ideas or, European influence. But, as I stated, the notion that I think, the Western culture was most likely brought here from another planet. But anyways, that's that. Let's check a look at this article here. Commercial airline pilots keep reporting UFOs over Canada. Vice World News has uncovered dozens of recent UFO reports from Air Canada, WestJet, Porter, and other airlines in the Government Aviation Incident Database. On the morning of May 30th, 2016, an Air Canada Express flight from Montreal to Toronto reported it had crossed an unidentified flying object, round in shape, flying at an approximate speed of 3,000 kilometers. I think that's what KTS stands for. Or more than, I don't know what the heck KTS stands for, or more than 550 kilometers per hour over 8,000 feet above Lake Ontario on November 14th of that year. 2 crew members were injured when a Porter Airlines plane dove to avoid hitting an object that appeared to be solid and shaped like an upright donut or inner tube. Now, I think this is, over the last 2 or 3 months, I think I've done maybe 3 or 4 stories of pilots who encounter UFOs, which again, goes to what I say. Folks, we are not alone on the planet, right? There are several, not 1, not 2, possibly 3 or 4 advanced civilizations that share the planet with us. And remember, people who find that hard to believe, remember there's 95% of the ocean floor has been unexplored by us. 95%. And remember that this planet is 70% water. So again, the majority of this planet, we as human beings have no idea what's going on. Like I'm sure there must be individuals within high levels of government who have access to satellite imagery who may know, but the average citizen is not going to know what's happening in the middle of like the Bering Sea right now, or even in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So, if there's a 5-mile wide ship coming in and out of the ocean in the middle of the Antarctic, how will I know? How would any of us know these things are occurring, right? Again, I'm sure there are people in government who know it. If something like that is happening, I'm sure they know, but, obviously they're not in a position, or they're not supposed to let the general public know about those types of things. But anyways, let's check out this little image here. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Yeah, this is just a illustrations of different types of aliens, I think, that people have encountered. Now, I don't know if all of these are like, our neighbors. You know what? I would say some of these may be clones that were created to do work out in space. And maybe some of these are visitors. Maybe some of these are coming from different dimensions. But regardless, I think the majority of the sightings that occur on our planet are from inhabitants that we share the planet with, as opposed to visitors. But taking into consideration the number of planets out there, yeah, we would have to be having a lot of visitors. There would still have to be a lot of visitors, because there's just so much, there are too many planets and too much time for any civilization or any race to get to a level where they could travel intergalactically with no issues. But anyways, that's that. Let me check out this last article here about this Maree man. Now, like I said, I have done a video on this, like one of my first videos I ever did, and I got my information from this, or some of my information from this page here, and then some additional research that I did. But this Maree man here, I mean, here they're saying that comparison of two satellite images from NASA Landsat 5. It says one was taken on May 27th, 1998, and then on June 1998, suddenly it appears. No, I think that this thing was always there, and in this photo, they most likely erased it. But then after someone discovered it, like from this article here, we find out that let's see, in the midst of barren, arid land in South Australia, the Maree man is the largest geoglyph and work of art in the world, cut into the harsh landscape with lines over 115 feet wide and 1 foot deep. The towering Maree man is easily visible from space. 13 years after the Maree man was discovered during a flyover, little is known about its origin that does not seem to lead to a dead end. Despite the lack of conclusive proof of its creator, most of the clues seem to lead to the conclusion that Americans produced the giant, yet nothing in the case of the Maree man is that cut and dry. Right. The story that it was produced by Americans, that's the cover story, because all of these stories came out after it was discovered. Suddenly, once it was discovered by this person that flew it over, whether in a single engine plane, whatever, then the story that supposedly some artist before he died made it, but then didn't want to tell anyone. Like, honestly, again, this is another one of those situations where people are supposed to perform mental gymnastics in order to believe the validity of this, right? So their story is that some artist decided to make the largest geoglyph on the planet, but again, it's dug 1 foot into the ground, right? These lines across are 115 feet across. Okay, from this end to this end, right, 115 feet, right? There's no evidence of any machinery ever taken out there. There's actually no evidence of any. I mean, the evidence is just someone saying, yeah, this artist who's already dead, he made it. But the artist that they are claiming made it, he never claimed to have made it. It's all a complete bullshit cover story in order to try and explain this away, because again, the quackademics, and the I guess the controllers, whoever's manipulating or controlling the information that we're supposed to believe, they didn't want this out there. So yeah, they created a BS story to try and cover up the fact that this has been out there for years. But anyways, that is going to be it for this story. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.